Welcome to this scary, spooky, unnatural time of the year where my players will be playing something extra special and it won't be their own characters.
What? I'm not our own characters?
Horror. No, you're not your own characters. You are brand new spooky characters.
No parter.
No parter.
No parter.
Partless. Hands up who's a Grung Ranger. Put your hand down. Hands up who's an Asimar Paladin. Put your hand down. Hands up who's maybe a sorcerer. And who is a Furball Druid. Put your hand down. Finally, who's a wizard? No, that's correct. No, a wizard.
Why are we dressed like this? This is not part of the
I
show.
didn't ask you to dress like this.
Tiger
I
Man!
thought you were my normal clothes.
He encouraged it. You told me that Tim asked us to dress like this. No.
Who created this? Who started this?
John! I haven't even seen it.
Previously on Roll Over and Die, our intrepid companions went to find the orc campsite guided by the Pooch Pals. However, that is not this story. Now, you are all playing brand new characters for this one-shot spooky Halloween special. I would like you to all open up your character sheets now and discover who you are. And I'm going to go round from left to right, and you can introduce your names and a little bit like your class and your race. So we'll start with Ellie. So Ellie, what is your name and what are you?
Okay, I don't know how to pronounce my name. 50?
Yeah, that's
50.
right. Yeah,
Okay, I'm a female goblin rogue.
there we go. Josh, who are you playing tonight?
I'm Bromk. I'm a male bugbear fighter.
Nice. Annie, what are you playing tonight?
I am the one and only
Mhm.
Vess Coal Cutter.
Nice,
You cut coal?
I'm a female kobold.
Yep.
Warlock.
nice. Khalil, what are you playing tonight?
Gur the Manslayer.
Yes, you are.
What did I say?
There's
He's a hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin
Yeah.
Necromancer.
Am I a necromancer too?
Yeah,
Does
you
that
are.
say that?
A wizard.
Can you not see through your glasses?
Not really. I've been doing this a whole lot tonight.
And Alice,
The
who are you playing
important
tonight?
thing
I
is-
am Gaza Battleaxe, a female orc barbarian.
Nice.
The.
But
Yeah.
just stay away from me.
So what actually happened previously on Roll Over and Die? High on adrenaline and bloodlust after a successful raid on a dwarven caravan, the Swiftmaw Horde are enjoying an evening of revelry, binging on stolen ale, and light torture of their dwarven captives. During one such interrogation, you learn the Goliaths of Omen Ran are sending a caravan of their own, laden with supplies from the city of Astrakhan to Kantaran, nestled in the uppermost reaches of Westfall Shadowmounts. The procession is headed up by none other than Nantek Shield Chatter Dronanajani, the only son to Cathor Treebreaker Dronanajanji, who led the slaughter of Gauze's orc tribe and Bromp's entire mercenary outfit.
Oh.
It was Cathor herself that felled Bromp in the battlefield and left him for dead. However, the journey to intercept the Goliath supply train on the western reaches of the Shadowmounts is fraught with danger, compounded by the short time frame in which the Horde need to arrive if they wish to ambush the unsuspecting Goliaths. There are two known ways to get to that quickly. Either they visit the Kobold Drake Riders of Dragonjaw Perch and attempt to secure mounts to take them over the mountains, or delve into the abandoned Black Ice Caverns to seek the ancient Duragar minecarts that can speed them under the Shadowmounts. Both have their advantages and disadvantages. It's up to the group to decide which way they wish to go.
Mine cuts, mine
Yeah,
cuts,
yeah,
mine cuts.
yeah.
Roller coaster.
So now I'm going to give you guys a little time to delve into your characters a little bit more. There's some light reading for you to do in the notes section. Please keep some of this to yourself. Others you can share at your leisure. You can decide which ones you want to keep secret and which ones you want to. There's descriptions of your companions. Each one's written in your own voice. And there's a little bit of backstory for each of your characters as well. So I'm just going to sit here and watch you read for 5 minutes.
I'm gonna take you.
So the players now, tonight, they will be playing evil characters. They have come together to form a small adventuring party called the Swiftmaw Horde. They usually do things like raiding villages, stealing food and ale, having general revelry at the expense of others. They'll fight for coin, and they'll steal what they need. They have very little to no morals. They come from the crater side of the Shadowmounts, which is on the opposite side to where their primary characters are at the moment.
Annie can't read. But you don't.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, you can carry on, and then I'll read it after.
You shut up.
I'll read it after.
Oh no, it's fine. You carry on. Because I was only vamping because
I
Alice told
told
me
him.
to.
It was good. I was just.
That's bad enough.
Did somebody kill all my tribe, did you say?
He said that's a question.
Cathor, Treebreaker, Dronana Janji.
Fuck Cathal. Gorza is a total machine.
Nice.
She is so buff and muscly and swole. Ripped and shredded and toned and hot and beautiful. Yeah, she's cool.
Shut up.
She's
Shut
cool.
up. Shut up.
FYI, you're all evil. You have different types of evil alignments, but you're all evil.
Fuck the
Living
good
the-
guy.
Chaotic evil, lawful evil. I think you're chaotic evil, maybe neutral evil. Neutral evil. I think you're neutral evil as well.
Okay.
Everybody happy?
Yep.
Oh.
I can't wait to see that this doesn't come off tomorrow.
Don't even joke about that.
I'm not kidding. I genuinely had the urge to go down that way.
Just stab him in the chest. So, during your interrogation, you do learn of the Goliaths of Omen Ran. They are sending the caravan of their own laden with supplies from the city of Astrakhan to Kanarkan, nestled in the uppermost regions of the Westfall Shadowmounts. The procession is headed up by none other than Nantek, Shield Shatter, Dronana Janji.
Come again?
Dronana
That's why you
Janji.
Yeah.
lost me last time.
The only son to Cathor, Treebreaker, Dronana Janji, who led the slaughter of both Gorza's entire tribe and Bromp's entire mercenary unit. It was in fact Cathor herself who felled Bromp on the battlefield and left him for dead. That didn't stick. You managed to recover. You met up with Gorza, and since then, you were the first founding members of the Swiftmaw Horde. Since then, these three have joined you. You've managed to capture these dwarfs. So, the last dwarf, Huckwin Hewstone, has passed away from his wounds. The Swiftmaw Horde have information that could lead themselves to the murder of Nantek Shieldchatter Dronana Janji, the only son of Cathor Treebreaker Dronana Janji. But they have two choices to make: go over the mountain or go under it.
Under the mountain, under the mountain, under
So
the
you're
mountain.
all gathered around your campsite at the moment. The last dwarf that you had been interrogating has now died of his wounds.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Do you sit around? Do you? What do you talk about?
I don't talk about anything.
We don't
No,
talk about
You
much.
just stare
Yeah,
intensely into the
immediately
fire.
At one of the dead bodies.
Just at the dead body, not even the fire.
Think about what we would do to it.
It
So,
tastes good.
The one that just died is the one that has the information we need, right?
Yeah, you just tortured it out of him and he died.
He scored like a little piggy.
It's more fun.
Is there anything
Huckwin
else
Houston.
we need from this dwarf?
Food.
We don't
Info?
Need, we don't need any more talking. We
Alright.
just need to go and do something.
Well, then let's go for a fun ride through the mountain. I mean, fun ride.
I can't take you seriously.
I am Girl the Manslayer.
Yes.
Fear me in my tiny eyes.
Yes.
Tiny eyes.
The entire time they've been talking, I've just been ranting to myself about how we actually totally need this information,
Totally.
and you never give it to us. You always just kill everyone immediately the entire time.
Nice.
You both from the same place.
Yeah.
Oh man, but she's like so hyped up. So
I
hyped
cannot.
up, man.
I'm
cannot
filing
handle
my
this.
goblin nails while I do.
I need to get. We need to go.
Man, she's like
Get in
totally.
the cart.
You don't
Well, you
tell
have
me
to.
what
to get to the
You've
car.
got to get there first.
Even I know that.
So at the moment you are in a campsite which is at the foot of the Shadow Mount. You need to. So you've chosen presumably to go to the Black Ice Caverns.
Right?
You are
Right.
familiar with Black Ice Caverns.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
It is a place that is rich in cassiterite, which gives it the caves their name. These veins of shining black ore bathe the caverns in a monochromatic, ominous look.
I didn't
You remember that
understand what
from your backstory
Mhm.
and stuff that's happened there.
Mhm.
So it takes you about a day and a half to make the trek to the Black Ice Caverns. When you get there, It is abandoned, utterly. There's not even corpses left here. It's just one big abandoned, cavernous old town. You would know. Well, actually, no. Let's all roll a history check.
No, my dice all got missed.
Ooh, natural 20.
Wow.
27.
Girl the Manslayer.
That's cut.
Rocking the history.
You rolled a 17.
18.
18.
Minus 11.
11.
Oh, there you go.
Oh man, totally friends. man.
18,
20.
11,
Best
18.
friends.
18, 27,
Uh-huh.
and 11.
11.
What?
27.
27.
What?
Show up
Dude.
talking about
Just-
his history again.
I have to do a study a little bit.
So this area has long been
books.
since abandoned.
Eat books.
Many of the local area believed this to be a cursed place. There is no end of local stories about ghosts, monstrous beasts, and the very cavern itself consuming anyone foolish enough to enter. It's pretty much seen as being incredibly foolish to delve into the Black Ice Caverns. But you do know that this
Sounds like fun.
this place used to be connected to the Duragar mine shafts. The Duragar are like an evil subset of dwarf kind that only live underground.
Still just dwarfs.
Sure. But they do have an intricate mining system. You think if you can breach into the old mine shafts, you'll be able to find a minecart and expedite your way through the mountains.
Hell yeah. What's the
Well, I know that there are
Because we don't know.
mines
Yeah.
over here. If somebody wants to go take a look and find us a cart, we can keep moving.
You're talking too much. Let's go do it.
Yeah, man. Totally, I'm up front.
I think if you go look over down that way,
Yeah, it's probably
Tell him
down
what to do.
telling him.
Don't tell him what to
is
do.
he or her?
I can't
He's
see your
a-
eyes, man.
Yeah. For ease of use, I've kept all of your genders the same as your primary characters. So you're not having to also learn names and genders and backstories and races and stuff.
He doesn't take orders from you.
You man.
Go check if there's a
I
cat.
set this shit up. Go.
Let's come back on the I'm not.
Go.
I know that there are. I brought us here.
So,
So,
We can just stand here all night then.
alright.
so come.
It's fine by me, man. I don't know why I went something.
It's fine by me, man.
That's fine by me, man.
Why don't you all, whilst you're talking and arguing amongst yourselves, why don't you all roll a perception check?
Oh.
21.
Nice.
5.
5.
5.
5.
10.
5.
5.
5.
5.
5.
5, 10, 21.
Good 5 to you.
18.
8.
8. Okay, 21. Bromk. With your sharp fighter senses, you hear faint sounds of wailing coming from deep within the caverns themselves. Seems as if someone is mourning. Bless you, Gerd the Manslayer.
Sounds like pain in there. Down the wall in the Bill Southern.
God.
Sounds like pain down there.
Sounds like a little play down there. I think we should go down there. All right.
Can we back?
Are you...
Oh, get really hot.
You can take this down, you know.
I'm really
Is
sorry.
it like being back at home, Cleo?
I'm really sorry.
It's just like being it's bizarre.
You're
It's
not-
transported through time and space.
you
all the
are-
time.
You're never gonna forgive me for this.
I mean,
So-
that's what I sound like all the time.
Exactly. It's some kind of.
Yeah, who's that speaking, Cleo? Right, so yes, that's what you hear. How do you action? Your perception? Keep it to yourself? Share amongst the group? Dive off on your own?
Dive off.
On your own?
Yeah.
Okay, Bromk leaves the party suddenly, walking with purpose down one of the shafts.
Went looking for a cart, like I told him.
Yeah, there was that pregnant pause of him giving you sass, and then he just gone and done it anyway.
Just like I planned it.
Yeah.
I follow him.
Vest skitters along.
Same.
Gorza doesn't skitter, strides.
Stride
Confidently.
confidently.
Yeah. Leaving just Thifty and Gur the Manslayer together, whilst the other three have disappeared down one of the shafts.
I look at him and then I'm like, I follow them.
Okay, you're left standing on your own in the pitch black of the abandoned
I have
caves.
dark vision, so that's fine.
Okay, you're here in the monochromatic 30-foot range of your eyes.
Yeah, I'll
That's what
go
you
with
wanted?
them. I'll go with them.
Yeah, you've proven your point about
Yeah,
how independent
I
you
was
can
right.
be.
That's what's important.
Yeah, and then you follow up from the rear.
Yeah.
Bromk, as you're in the forefront of this expedition, I would like you to do another perception check, actually.
18.
18, nice. So, you're winding your way down these decrepit, old, crumbling, like naturalistic-looking tunnels, a tunnel system. And then all of a sudden you turn one corner and you're confronted with a perfectly square cut-out shaft going, well, a hallway, basically, going all the way down, as far as your dark vision will give you. And it is absolutely precise. If you put your hand on the wall, it is smooth to the touch, same as the floor and the ceiling.
Look at it, man. This is smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Touch it.
Dude.
It keeps changing every second.
I'm no good at accents, right? Don't make me cry.
Karate.
Don't make me do
You
karate.
Bromk knows karate.
I don't think Bromp's a crier.
Definitely not.
No.
This is really hard not to do Parter's character, by the way.
Well, I mean, that's up to you.
No, it's not. You've given me
Specifically.
Carry on.
Yes. So, you carry on. Fair enough.
Stroking the wall.
You carry on.
Carry on, stroking all.
Everybody else catches up to you whilst you're running your hands over this very smooth surface.
It's like totally smooth.
Yeah, it is
Nice,
completely.
yeah.
It looks like it's been carved as a perfect square all the way down there. It doesn't look familiar to you. It's not something you recognise. Definitely doesn't resound. It doesn't ring true for Duragar construction either. Though they are accomplished miners and expert stonecutters, this seems bizarre. It has no flair, no filigree to it. Just one precisely cut shaft.
I'm gonna, just keep proceeding cautiously behind everybody else.
As you're picking your way
Assuming they're still moving.
down the corridor, you see a smattering of bones at the sides of the tunnel here and there. Then you come across, tangled in with these bones, are pockmarked and ruined what looks to be remnants of armour and weapons. But they are pitted and useless.
Kick him about
You kick them out.
as I'm walking past.
Okay.
Just kick him.
Roll to hit. Stat plus your strength modifier.
15.
Plus 3, 18. You boot one, and it flies off down the corridor, and then sticks in midair, and just stops. There's a
What's
slight,
your Potter face?
there's a slight shimmer
Okay,
as the bone just kind of slowly
that's weird.
turns and sinks.
The other genius, what's going on?
Oh man, that did look
This is a new one for me.
Let me check
good.
my
You're touching the wall as well, yeah?
It's very
How many more bones are around?
There's like at least 2 or 3 more bodies worth of bones.
Worth
So
of bones?
Hundreds.
Well, I've got this. I might as well use it. I would like to cast Animate Dead
Nice.
Why?
to have a skeleton help me figure out what's going on.
You've got a
'Cause I
bonesman.
don't know. Yeah,
So
I got
you,
a bone buddy.
you check out one of your spell slots.
But I'm a bad guy. I can't say stuff like that.
You can. You're a bad guy. It's fine.
Not like the pooch
Bad guys
pals.
don't get them.
Guys don't get me. Remember that.
So as you animate this, the bones start knitting together, forming what used to be a goblinoid creature, but is now entirely skeletal. It's got pockmarked armor. It picks up its pitted sword and shield, and clacks over to you in its bare feet over the smooth stone. Stands in front of you and just nods to you, soundlessly.
I didn't think this through. It doesn't have a tongue, does it?
It does not.
So it can't tell me at all what's happening.
No, you need a different spell for that.
Right.
So now you just have a skeleton.
No, I just have my bone buddy.
What do you call him?
Let me think about it.
Is it, yeah,
It's going to be his
Skeletal
name for the next
goblin.
24 hours, so I feel like it should be something important.
correct.
Something
Jim.
that means something. Jim?
Mhm.
Jim, my
Bone friend?
my bone friend.
Your bony friend.
Well, we'll use Jim for now.
Okay.
Because that is his name.
Is it,
because that is his name.
is it J-I-M or are you channeling Chad with G-Y-M?
Jim. That's fantastic. We'll stick with J-I-M.
Okay.
What was the funny name that we at the very beginning?
Oh, Jonana Janji.
Jim John
Jim Jim Jananajanji is what I like to call him. Jim
It's your own funeral.
How do you spell that?
Jonana Janji.
J-I-M.
Okay.
Jim.
Jonana Janji is spelled D-R-O-N-O-J-A-N-I-I.
Anyone?
Jonana Janji.
When we hear that name again, we call it Jim.
Jim.
Jonana Janji.
I'd like to just point him in the direction of with the skull or whatever bone that you just kicked.
Yep.
To investigate.
He starts marching towards the bone. What the rest of you do? You've just seen Gur bring this pile of bones to life, and how it seems to obey his every whim.
I'm gonna throw a weapon at the invisible.
Whose weapon?
Well, the ones on the ground.
Okay, you
I'm
just
just
pick
gonna
up.
keep throwing them until
Okay. Yeah, they just keep sticking into the wall, into this invisible force,
I just keep
and they start slowly. Yeah, you're just filling up
Keep
this
it.
space,
as many as I can.
like arcing over this goblinoid creature as it's marching towards down this tunnel. You're just arcing over it, and it's just hitting the shimmering wall and slowly sinking. Yeah, what do you do?
I'm going to start eyeing up Gur's cloak of protection.
It is very fine indeed. What does it look like, your cloak of protection?
Fine indeed.
Fine indeed.
It
Is it like purple with sequins on it, or is
yeah,
it
it's
like
super like cape and it's like an evil cape.
an evil cape?
Yeah.
Is he wearing it?
It's got a very high collar.
Yeah, it's kind of like this.
Yeah,
Is it
very
up?
much.
I can't
No,
actually tell.
no,
Oh,
it's-
you can't even
it's
see
under
it.
your
hand.
It's like this.
Are you
Yeah.
wearing it?
Is it silver?
Oh, it could be silver. It could look just like this. This is my very fine cape.
Very fine indeed.
Very fine.
Yeah, you can have.
I
You,
still
do you want this?
It is very form fitting.
It's very shiny.
Keeps him safe when he's out at night jogging.
Very safe. Crossing the road.
Yeah,
Jogging with Jim.
jogging with Jim.
Jogging with Jim.
Gur's jogging with Jim.
And on this episode of Jogging with Jim,
Let's jog.
I'm
Bronk.
just admiring her throwing stuff into this ball.
Yep.
Because apparently,
Does it go into slow motion when you
yeah,
are observing
yeah,
it?
totally.
It's got the Chariots of Fire theme song playing. Is it?
She's just a machine. She's
Yeah.
buff. She's just watch. Look, watch as she throws it, man.
Watch as she
fancy
throws
her.
it.
Yeah,
You're in love with her.
apparently.
Wow. That's so romantic.
She's like totally swell.
Vess. What's Vess up to? What's Vess's deal?
Nothing.
You're gonna hang back. It'll be a hang backer.
Can I hang back as an action and then use a bonus action?
Yeah.
So my action is to just play with my hand.
Okay.
It's so evil.
I'm just stroking my hair and as a
I know.
bonus action.
Yeah.
I want to
Pull it out.
wrap
Oh.
myself in my cloak of flies.
Okay.
Oh.
Does it look like this cloak?
It looks like this cloak.
So
your
when you
action?
check behind you, you see Vess is like
I haven't spoken yet.
taking a few steps backwards. Starts pulling at her dragon hair. Which dragons have?
I have her.
Yeah. Kobolds are like dragonkin.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And then suddenly the cloak that she's wearing bursts into flies, and in a
Oh.
5 foot
Flies.
5 foot cube of her is just this small tornado of insects and flies buzzing around her.
Can I reach out, grab it, and eat a
No,
handful?
you cannot.
You're gonna eat them.
Also, I'm only
Do you want to?
2'7".
You are only 2'7".
Oh, that's quite cute.
Stop it.
You're eating flies. Where did you get that fly from?
Where did you get that fly?
Can I whack you really hard on the back and see if you spit it out?
Well, before that happens,
I vomit and I cry.
and before you got a very sorry, just pulling up your Storm of Ice.
Jim, John, Jana, Junji.
Yeah,
Jim, John, Jana, Junji.
Jim Jomana Janji, Jim Jomana Janji, Jim
Okay.
Jom
Jim
Up to
Junji.
Tracy.
Jim, Jim,
Is that actually
Jim Jim Jam.
Tracy,
Jim,
Shana.
Cardigan.
You reach your hand in. You do grab a handful of insects, but I want you to take 3 poison damage as you do so,
Idiot.
and you stick it into your mouth,
Totally worth it.
and then you spit them out.
What, like chewing tobacco?
Yeah.
Like chewing up.
Because
Look
it
at
is
you,
poisonous.
smile. Like,
It's all stuck in.
fluff
Yeah.
I don't pay attention.
Uh,
I wish I could
meanwhile,
see it.
your skeleton gets to this wall, and as it does, the wall shimmers, and then before any of you realise it, your bone friend gets completely absorbed by this wall. It seems to pulsate out, and it starts like twisting, like and floating inside this field.
Why haven't you figured this out yet?
Well, he
Get
just
on
got
with
that.
it.
He just
Get
got
on with
there.
it.
Well, I think that there's a field of some kind that
It seems to have gone forward. In fact, actually, it hasn't stopped going forward now, and it's slowly approaching you.
the field is.
Oh, it's coming
Or this
towards
this
us?
wall, this shimmering wall.
I just
It's-
run at the wall.
And it's bringing, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so
Solve that.
50 breaks and runs at the wall.
I literally
Is
just
Jim okay?
watch you run
I would
past.
like everyone to roll initiative.
I'm gonna fight the wall.
Wall fight.
Nope, I didn't even make it into that.
Well, that was a bad roll from
Is Jim okay though?
me.
Not that I care. I'm evil.
Jim's slowly rotating
He's fine.
in the thing.
He's not.
Jim.
He's dead.
Jim Jam. Oh yeah, he is a dead skeleton.
Jimmy Jams. So I have, I managed to get a -1 on my initiative. Go me.
Yeah, man.
50.
19.
Wow. Bromk.
22.
Is that with your advantage? Nice. Vess.
9.
9.
Is that how you talk?
Good.
I haven't spoken.
14.
14. And we are with
Is that how you talk,
Gorza Battle Axe.
8.
On 8. Do you have advantage on your initiative?
Yeah, what?
It's got a little A next to it. Does it?
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah.
So roll again.
Madman.
Take the highest. Your weapon of
11.
your weapon of warning. Gives you advantage on your initiative checks.
Didn't even know.
I'm trying. Sorry, I can't see.
It's like, it looks like you're just pointing with your head. Go here.
I get
Right there?
Get your tip out of her face.
So Bronk, 50 runs past you, charging at this wall as it's slowly approaching you. What do you want to do?
I get advantage on initiative.
As she walks past, I'm going to kick her bum.
She runs past.
Yeah, I'm going to kick her bum to make it go faster.
Okay, roll to hit. It'd be your strength plus your proficiency bonus, which is +3.
13.
13 total. What's your armor class? 50?
15.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
It's 15.
15. Yeah, you try and take a casual swipe to kick up the booty on the way past, but you miss.
God damn.
I'm just going to turn around and whack him in the head.
Okay, on the way past as well. On your go.
Oh my god.
Which is now 50. Go.
Turn around and whack him.
Okay, roll to hit.
Is this at me?
What
Great
to
stance.
hit?
It'd be your strength modifier,
This is so
My strength, which is -1.
and then plus your proficiency, which is 3.
I also can't do maths.
So it'd be just plus
7.
2. 7. So both of you whiff at each other on the way past. You just flail at each other.
You both sniff at each other.
And then
Have a good
I
sniff.
almost heard you.
you win it. But 50, you do manage to get to the wall. And you start jumping into it.
Yeah.
Gur, the manslayer.
So, the wall's coming at us, and they just.
And 50s run at it,
Yeah.
head first.
But you haven't actually made it to the wall.
You
yet.
find out on it, my go, which
Okay.
is at -1 on the initiative.
Well, I definitely don't want to run at the wall.
No.
I would like to see what happens to everybody, but
Okay.
I'd also like to pull back a little bit.
Okay.
There's
As is
not much
your
else I can do, as far as I can tell.
Are you intelligent?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
weird.
he's an intelligent wizard.
Minor. Can I cast a minor illusion?
Illusion.
Illusion.
Minor legion.
You certainly can. What would you like the minor illusion to take shape of?
Myself.
Okay.
Is that minor?
Uh,
Or is that a major illusion?
you are
What,
5
Tin
foot.
Man?
You are 5'10".
Yeah.
So you are a normal girl, the manslayer size. Which is you're a little bit short for a
Not that
hobgoblin.
short.
Not that short, but a little bit short for a hobgoblin. So we're looking for minor, not minors you'd find in here. Should give a rough like dimensions of it.
Well,
Can you
5
image 5 foot cube. So you could be yourself, but if you're hunkered down a little bit, like so, if you just do a little bit of squat,
Yeah.
you can make it look like yourself. You would be unmoving and unable to speak, and you are completely permeable.
I'm
You
gonna
would-
leave a version of myself that's squatting.
Yeah, squatting by 10 inches.
So we're
As
wizards.
I sort of step into the shadows.
Okay, roll a stealth check for me, please.
Oh. 6.
6. Okay, everyone sees you do this. You just make
But maybe
illusion
I'll
of
be
yourself
confused
squatting.
later.
You squat. You make illusion of yourself squatting over the top of you, and then you just like weirdly lunge backwards into the shadows and just stand there, about 2 feet away from your current minor illusion.
That's my turn.
Dumb coward.
I'm learning things. I'm learning how this wall's
Gorza.
I see him in his cowardly ways, so I want to use one of my actions to try and pick him up and throw him towards the valve.
Okay, roll an athletics check as opposed to your athletics or acrobatics check. Your choice, girl.
Oh no. Ah! Natural 20.
15 plus 8.
So she still could beat you.
Wait. Plus acrobatics or athletic?
Yeah.
Acrobatics, 22.
23. She's still even with a natural 20.
Always got one. Even with a natural 20.
She still grabs you and throws you. Well, do a strength check, just a raw strength check. So find out how far you can throw him bodily.
Plus 5, 10.
10. So you throw him about 10, 15 feet.
But
Okay.
does she throw me or the squatting me?
I saw it. You stealth
Well,
check.
it's fair. Roll a perception check.
Yeah.
Against his stealth, though,
6.
which was 6.
So you just need to beat 6.
5.
You just
That's all I needed.
you just grab the minor illusion. Your hands go through it, and you just scratch your head. And you try and grab it again. You're just squatting, like you can't move.
Just as I planned.
But you're in the action of like you just assume like you've picked up many a person in your time, so you go through the motions of like grabbing and throwing. But like a dog, when you've thrown a tennis ball that's not in your hand, you're like,
Just like to.
it's gone. You go back and still squatting. You're like, no. You start getting really angry.
Just flip out. I want to rage now.
Okay, you start going into range, start pounding your chest and stamping on the floor, punching the walls.
Yep, that's my turn.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
We're really good bad guys.
You're really bad, guys. Ness, Vess.
Ness,
Sorry, my V looked like an N.
can you paint me a picture and set the scene here?
Yeah, I would love to.
You've got
Was
no
that
idea
not
what
vivid
we're doing.
I
enough?
genuinely got no idea what's happening. Please tell me what's going on.
So you got a 15 foot, I think it's 15 foot,
Go with it.
probably. 15 foot wide, 15 foot tall, perfectly square tunnel, smooth rock for as far as the eye can see. What initially happened was you hucked you kicked a bone. You kicked it so well that you just like rugby ball touch kicked it into the into a shimmering wall, and it started like slowly falling. Then Gorza just started throwing more bones and like pieces of armor and whatever she could get her hands on at it. It started falling. Thifty decided to run headfirst at it. It was nearly at this shimmering wall. Meanwhile, Gur the Manslayer animated a skeleton of a goblin and sent that into the wall. It hit the wall and started floating like it was in space.
Jim,
Jim.
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 It hit,
Jim.
it hit the
Throw
wall
down a
and
Janji.
started floating.
Yeah.
Like
Towards
coming
us?
up like it's an astronaut.
No.
You missed all of this.
When the
Like an hour.
what's that?
Story so far.
And
you want to read 10 halfway through the
Just in case you
and
missed
you
literally everything.
you are not Mike right now.
We're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
So we started a show called Roll Over.
Yeah. So the flies are now buzzed off. You are flyless, but you still have your cloak. But you have to finish a short rest if you want to make it fly again. Yeah.
Could you
50
fly?
is currently running headlong at the wall. She's nearly there. There's a floating skeleton in there. Her Gauze is super pissed off and punching the wall.
So hot.
Gur is just like casually standing up against the wall, fully lit in this room.
Totally lit.
Everyone else can see him. But
Yeah.
But you, which is the only thing that matters.
And Bromp is just staring slack-jawed at Gorza.
What is the wall?
Slowly
without
approaching.
Without using the word undulating.
Yeah, shimmering.
Shimmering.
Yes,
Does it look like it is
coming towards you very slowly.
violent or a threat?
It's up to you to interpret that in whatever way you think. If you think it might be refreshing to be overwhelmed by a gelatine substance, or maybe it's a bad idea.
I don't think it knows what a real threat is.
Okay.
Does that look threatening to me?
No. What would you like to do?
Like to. I would like to use my arms of,
Hadar.
Yeah.
Or
as I say, Hadar.
Hadar.
Arms of Hadar.
Arms of Hadar.
So you cast your first level conjuration.
Yeah.
You invoke the power of Hadar, the dark hunger.
Yeah.
Tendrils of dark energy erupt from you and batter all creatures within 10 feet of you. So are you going to approach the wall?
Me or the arm?
It's coming from you.
Yeah.
So just all these black tendrils start emanating from your person.
Are they in the form of hands?
Yes.
Can they all be doing this?
Yes. So they're all just flipping people off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you approaching the wall?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So 50 and me, we have to do a strength saving throw. Ooh. I did well.
I did 10.
Oh, I did
Got 19. So roll 2d6 necrotic damage for me, please.
2, 6.
So 8. So you take 8 necrotic damage as these arms that are flipping people off just smack you on the back of the head. And you feel this cold numbing sensation on the back of your head.
8 points of damage from being flipped off.
Yeah. And also,
It's like
you
three
cannot take
50
reactions until the end of your next turn.
Oh.
And you flip off this wall, it doesn't seem to have much of an effect.
No one's heard me speak yet.
That's correct. They haven't. You just flipped a bunch of people off and made them eat flies.
You didn't make
pretty
him.
evil.
He volunteered.
Well, yeah.
I'm just joking.
Tomato. The wall, as you get forcibly, painfully flipped off, the wall overtakes you. Well, attempts to at least. Oh,
Surprised himself.
so the cube takes up his entire space.
Oh.
So scary. Spooky.
Golf from disadvantage. Oh, there we go. I would like you to do a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, 17 plus 7.
Wow. So it tries to engulf you. It tries to pull you in like that, the goblinoid gentle friend.
Jim.
Jim.
I love Jim.
Yeah, on a successful save, the creature can choose to be pushed 5 feet back or to the side of the cube, although the cube seems to occupy this entire tunnel. So you just get pushed back 5 feet.
How far back is Bronk from me?
He's now about 15 feet from you, from behind. But Vess is 5 feet from behind you now. and her arms are now like coming back into her. It's just hands now, all over,
Okay.
disappearing into her body.
Yeah, that bums.
Talking of Bromk, you're up.
I'm still looking at her. I'm gonna
50's tried to-
investigate. I'm going to investigate if there's any signs of weakness.
Okay, roll your investigation check. Nailed it.
In and out.
And right on the edge of the table.
14.
14. It seems to occupy like edge to edge, ceiling to floor, wall to wall. It does sizzle when it comes into contact with things. So like a little bit of 50s clothes that has got nearly engulfed starts to like fray and pock. A bit like the armour and the weapons that are on the floor. Looks like it could be quite acidic. That's what you learn. What would you like to do?
I don't know my character well enough yet. I am going to. Who's around me?
Gorza and Gur,
I'm going to pick him up over my shoulder.
both.
I'm going to pick him up over my shoulder.
Who?
Just start
Gur.
moving back. I want to pick them both up.
Okay.
Who?
Roll
You
Gorza, verily.
Why us?
Because he's probably jealous.
Because you're closest to me.
Gur, roll not Gur. Bromk. Roll a perception check for me, please. DC 6.
Natural one.
Well, add your perception check to it. It's still, if it's 5 or above,
5.
it's 5. Yep. So you go and try and pick up the squatting hologram.
This major
Exactly
illusion.
the same thing that Gorza tries to do. You try and throw it over your arm, and your arms just go straight through it.
You guys laughed at me.
And you confuse as to why you can't pick Gur up. And also why Gur is not moving or speaking.
I'm squatting.
And just squat.
And the squatting constantly.
What are you doing?
Why are you
What are you? Oh no! What are you doing? I don't know what to do. I'm really confused over this whole.
It's him. He should be figuring this out. I
He's
yell
just
in character.
squatting.
I'm taking it all in.
I'm screaming at the wall.
You're like a foot behind the squatting version of yourself.
Oh yeah. I'll
Tee.
use the wall.
But somehow falling everywhere.
Then, because I get more and more frustrated the fact that Gur's not doing anything.
Yeah. He's like, why would you talk to me?
I'm just gonna throw a headbutt just wildly out somewhere,
Into the wall?
Just an headbutt.
just anywhere.
All right, roll a d4 for me, please.
Okay,
3. So that's you're facing Gur. So that you're facing the wall. 2 is there, so you just throw your head back into the wall behind you.
And
you
knock
take-
yourself out.
Oh no!
4 points of bludgeoning damage. So you smash your head against the wall. It's
Terrible bad guys.
just leave like a.
Worms that we
Stuck in a
torture have
tunnel.
really been separated.
Oh my god!
And we're on to Thrifty.
Can
This
I,
thing's tried to eat you.
Can I do anything now?
Yeah. You're
Okay.
still like out of it.
Okay.
You're out of
We
the.
need to get out of
Isn't
this
it until
tunnel.
the end of my turn?
Sorry?
Isn't it
Yeah.
until the end of my turn?
Yeah.
What
She
is-
flipped me off and I...
Oh, that's just
Oh,
reaction.
you can't do reactions, or
Oh,
attack
okay.
opportunity,
Okay.
or anything. Yeah. Use actions and like movement as your own.
So I'm going to turn around and I'll have seen you trying to pick up
Squatting
Gur.
them.
You trying to then headbutt him.
No, him also trying to pick up Gur.
Also trying... Okay, so
And
I'm
also
like,
getting equally as frustrated.
I guess...
And then headbutting the wall.
I guess we need to pick up Gur. So I'm going to go over and just kick Gur.
Okay.
Like, can you get up and do something?
Roll a perception check for me, please.
Oh my god. 5.
I'm so happy with the spell that I've cast.
This cantrip. You
Oh
go over
my
to the
God.
squatting.
Payout.
The minor illusion.
We actually get to
I'm
play
so
bad guys,
annoyed
and we're
about that.
absolutely useless.
You're just kicking at him,
I'm
and
so
your foot's
pleased with
just going
myself.
through him, and he's not reacting to you at all. You're just screaming at Gur, the manslayer.
Is that my entire turn? I can't do anything else apart from kick.
An
An
invisible.
illusion.
Yeah, you did try and like actively hurt it. So
Great.
yeah, that's
Great.
your
I don't know
turn.
how you all feel.
Why does this work better than Greece ever has?
If only it could have spells just effective.
You're a
Okay,
real
wait.
wizard.
To be fair, you also did move
That's
away
true.
from
That's
the
true.
wall as well, so you did go back 15
That's true.
feet.
I'm out of.
It's a little bit further away. So good.
Okay.
Can
Yeah,
I
what are you
do-
gonna
Do something.
Can I do so?
Stop squatting.
I scream at you.
Squat.
Because it had to be 5 foot
Cube.
cube.
And he's 5 foot
Shorter than
10,
I
so you'd
am,
have
I
to squat.
It makes perfect sense. Can
Swear
I
to
do
God,
any
you better
sort
do
of
something.
nature check
Sure.
for like clearly this?
Oh,
cube-
okay. You want to find out what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Is it nature or history?
Nature or history. It's fine.
History.
Yeah.
11.
11. You have read about these things that occupy the deep bowels of the earth, but written like reports of these things are very hard and very few and far between. Usually because the people who encounter them never come back, and whatever they write on them seems to get dissolved. But you think this is some kind of creature that dissolves things down here. It would make sense by the configuration of the tunnel and the sizzling sound that you heard from 50 when she got too close to it.
Big cube of acid.
Yeah, I don't think we need to be here.
No, I don't think we're getting through
So we're
this
just
acid
We're
wall.
hanging
fighting a wall that we don't even need to
I
fight.
lost my brand new friend.
Can you not?
No, he's
Rest
still,
in peace, Jim.
Bye, Jim.
Jim's still floating in there, seemingly unaffected.
Oh,
floating in there.
It's because he hasn't got any skin to burn off.
Is it like a
Oh.
Do
wall
you
of
have any
jelly?
alkaline
It's- yeah.
spells?
So we
No.
can see him in there.
Yeah, it's completely
What else can we
transparent.
see?
Bones, bit scraps of armor.
Are they all
Oh,
floating in the
that's
wall?
Yeah.
that's
We
just
can't see
it.
anything past that.
Yeah, you can see the tunnel beyond it.
Oh.
Unless we got
Someone
invulnerability
put this
to
to
acid, I think we
Yeah.
need to move on.
Didn't have
If we
something
didn't
to
have
defeat
some-
it.
this-
It's a little bit difficult to look through because it's like Vaseline
the only
smeared
one.
on cling film.
that can save us.
I know, and I
that's
genuinely,
terrible.
I'm looking at my spells, and I
It's.
Were we going this way
Have
because the mine
no
carts were down
idea.
this way?
Yes.
We followed
Okay.
Josh.
Who?
You.
From
From.
Get it right.
Yeah.
So her
What did
clothes
you-
sizzled,
Get
but
it
her
right,
skin didn't
man.
actually sizzle.
no, she wasn't attacked by it. No, she got close enough for it to touch like her
Can we
armor.
just walk
Try.
through it?
Go on.
I don't know
I
if
will
we can do it. I don't think
volunteer
I'm gonna
myself to
hit
walk
it.
through it.
Do it.
Yeah,
I will do it
Do it.
when it's my turn.
I'll cast something just to see if we can hurt it.
Okay.
I guess
Go for it.
magic missile.
Now
Okay.
do something.
Hey,
Uh,
you're too busy headbutting a wall.
Back head button.
what levels do you want to cast it
First, just to see if I can do
Okay.
any damage.
at? So magic missile.
Yep.
You do. Well, it always hits, so you never actually have to roll for it. So just do
1d4.
3d4 plus 3.
Cool.
Force damage.
4.
That says d6. You're on it.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
That's okay.
You said D4. 3.
Mhm.
Nope. 4
7.
2.
It's 9
plus 3.
plus 3. 12. Yeah, you throw off this magic missile and it impacts on the surface of it, and it just some of this like jelly like sloughs off onto the floor and starts burning and producing like this bit of a charred hole in the middle. So now it has this like hole that is moving with it. There's a little bit blackened around the edge.
Is it the shape of obviously the missiles? It's not like melting at all that we could get through it.
No, but I mean you could try and drill your way through it using magic missile, but then you'd have to crawl through a tube of acid.
Nice.
It's the dream.
Yeah, it looks like it definitely looks like you hurt
Why
it.
we're here.
It quivered once you hit it with magic missile.
Alice.
Undulating.
Well, I found its weakness, or a weakness that it has.
Magic.
Missiles.
Tactical Gur missiles,
So it can be hurt.
presumably.
We just charge it.
Different route.
If anyone else has any magic, I
I've
do
got Eldritch Blast.
I've got nothing.
I say in my head. I still haven't spoken.
not.
By the way, do you keep your minor illusion going?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
still squatting. And are you remaining in the shadows when you're casting magic missile?
clearly they're not noticing me. So yeah.
So just out, like you're only a foot away from your crouching person, so you can make it look like it came from your crouched form if you wish to.
Sure. Let's do
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just crouching like that, and it's like from a foot next to it, there's magic.
Squatting me and crouching me.
Yeah.
What's
Like
the
between your own
difference?
legs, that kind of thing. Groovy. So yes, that was Gur. Now we're on to Vess. No, we're not. Causa. Sorry.
I haven't got any magic, and I'm in a rage.
You are in a rage.
So I'm just
You're very
gonna
angry.
try and throw a javelin at the hole.
Okay. Roll to hit.
18.
18 hits.
Do I do anything differently because I'm raging? I've never done.
No, well, if you're in melee, you would get extra damage, but you're throwing something.
Okay, fine.
You do get advantage on like strength checks. And
6 plus 5.
11. Yes, it sinks into this creature, like sort of like carves a line into it when the javelin enters it, like carves
So it does
into
some
it.
it looks like it
Yeah.
damages it. Okay, then in my second action, I'm going to run towards it and hit it with my great axe.
Okie dokie. Roll to hit as well.
Yeah, natural 1.
Yeah, so
I'm acid goop.
you raise your battle axe over your head, impact it onto there, and as you do, you lose grip on your axe, and it goes into the
Okay.
cube, and then starts floating around, and it's completely inside the.
I'm just more angry. Raging more.
Yeah,
Don't
you just
worry.
start screaming at it as your axe slowly
As a bonus action, I scream into the hole.
Okay. It goes doing the scream, and it kind of has this weird cacophony effect. It's like it feels. Sound is quite dull when you scream into it, and so you're putting your head into the hole. It's like you're being like muffled.
That's satisfying.
Yeah.
I imagine it's quite therapeutic.
Yeah,
That's what I need.
it's a screaming cube.
Screaming.
Yeah.
I don't have an cube of acid to try it.
Beth,
Hold on, wait.
you're up.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Roll to hit. What did you get?
4.
4. Did you roll a natural 1?
No.
Oh, you got a 4.
Hold on, wait.
Plus
what
what?
are we doing?
Plus your Eldritch Blast. So your Eldritch Blast is plus 6. So you got 10.
Sorry. Yeah.
That hits.
Yes.
Roll 1d10 plus 3.
Ooh. Yes.
12.
12 damage.
At last.
As your head's in the hole, you feel the whole thing wobble as you're in there,
Ooh.
Wobble,
and
wobble,
you
wobble.
feel a little bit like you're still in your rage, so you can barely feel any pain, but you do feel like some splatters of acid on your shoulder. As you
enjoy
look up, there's another similarly shaped hole, about 2 or 3 feet
No.
above you. Do you want to move anywhere, Vess? Do you want to move back, forward, squat? You want to move? Yeah, okay. Take a few steps forward towards it, and now it's go. It tries to envelop you.
Sounds about right.
You kind
You
of.
are.
I'm screaming in
you're
his face.
screaming.
Holes.
Holes.
Only
Glad
you
you
need to do
remember
a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Dexterity, I can't imagine
You
I'm very good
have, by virtue of being a barbarian, you have advantage on this dexterity saving
at
throw.
that. 18 plus 1? 12 plus 1. 18 plus 1.
So 19, yes, you successfully save. You can choose to be pushed 5 feet back or to the side of the cube, although there is no sides to this cube, it occupies the entire area. So much like 50 here, you get pushed 5 feet back as it tries to envelop you, and just you've got danger sense,
Nope.
and you just preternaturally push yourself
Is
away.
it my magic axe
It's still floating
that's telling
in there.
me? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have it. I saw it vibrating.
Yes.
Okay.
There we go. It's go, and it's slowly getting closer as well. Like it's closing 5 feet every time it's going. So you're running out of room in this tunnel. There, and then we go up back to the top with Bromk.
Oh, so, okay.
I am seeing everybody starting to chip away at it. I'm just going to go, oh man. Put out my Morning Star.
Okay.
And just.
Stop throwing things at the jelly. It just gets absorbed.
So you're gonna strike it.
Yeah.
With a Morning Star. Roll
Yeah.
hit.
9 plus 7,
16.
16.
Hits.
He's clever.
Thanks.
Read books.
So D8 plus 6. So.
Mm-hmm.
11.
11 damage.
Are you
That's-
making a
that's
stun
loads of-
noise?
It's loads of morning stars.
A morning star is a stick with
Yeah.
a ball on top of it and
What am I
spikes coming out of it. You're thinking of
A throwing
shurikens.
star?
You're thinking
Throwing
of,
star.
Yeah.
are you thinking of
Star.
Batman's
Star.
stuff?
Star.
Can you roll a d20 for me, please?
1, 2, 20.
Thanks.
11.
11. Your morning star gets a lot of the acid on it and starts popping. But you have enough time to shake off the acid from it before it does any permanent damage to your morning star.
Oh, man.
Not your ninja star.
No, they're still safe.
My ninja stars would have been cool. And they sound good.
Pop, pop, pop.
Let this
Groovy,
jelly
yeah.
Eat this man.
And we're down to 50.
Am I still kicking Gur?
Do you want to still kick her?
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll a perception check for me, please.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
I'm about to get kicked in
12.
the head.
So by virtue of him casting magic missile the round before, you can see as you cast it, it lit up, and you just see Gur is standing behind another image of a squatting Gur, and you see him for reals this time.
Kill him.
I did discover that we could harm this thing.
And in fact, said it out
You
loud as
said
well.
whilst you're taking your...
Oh wait.
Wow.
I'll wait for it.
It's probably not a good idea just to start killing you. So I can't do anything with the jelly though.
Other people seem to be firing magic
Yeah.
missiles and eldritch blasts and embedding axes into it, and
Unsuccessfully.
scooping
Placing
out.
axes.
Carefully placing an axe into it. Scream into a hole.
Don't want to lose any of my weapons I do have because I don't have many.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to watch.
Okay. You could always, there's degraded weapons on the floor. You can always just pick up one of those.
I
They're
feel
not gonna
like
be
it's
as-
not doing anything to the jelly.
My javelin did.
He's definitely
Yeah.
taking damage.
Javelin did.
Right in the hole.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you just
I
And
did
his
that
and his
one.
morning
that
star
was-
did as well.
Okay.
My axe,
Yeah,
because I rolled
my
a natural
throwing
one.
stars did
Yeah.
11 damage.
What weapons can I see that?
You can find a
Bronk
short sword.
has?
Oh, Bromp has.
Mhm.
Bromp on him has only two things: the morning star, which is now sloughing off some of the
Sloughing off.
the acid, and a light crossbow over his back.
Can I try and grab the morning star off him and throw it at the jelly?
Yeah.
Throw my morning star.
Do you want to do it secretly, or do you just want to grab it and throw it?
You're literally throwing my handheld weapon that I thought was a
Melee
throw.
weapons.
Yeah.
That's not how you use a ninja star. Do you want to do it obviously or
I'm
secretively?
going to do it secretively.
Okay, it's going to be very difficult because he is looking at it and throwing it down. But let's find out. So roll a sleight of hand with disadvantage because he's currently looking at the object that you're trying to steal
I
from
was
him.
going to say, can I take any action against this?
With disadvantage.
Yeah, because you're not expecting this
Okay,
to happen.
9.
9 is on. You can manage to get your hand around it, but he's so vigorously throwing the acid off onto the floor that it just kind of pulls it out of your grip. Roll a perception check. Actually, what's your passive perception?
Me?
Yes. Your passive perception is 19. You see you see Sifty's hand curl around the morning star, the grip of the morning star as you're throwing acid off it.
Yeah.
And then you just tear it out of her grip.
Cool.
But you saw it. You saw her try and to
Yeah.
grab it.
Done.
50, do you want to use your movement or a bonus action?
Nope.
Cool. So you hang around behind Bromk.
I'm just oh, sorry. Didn't
Now you
mean
know
to.
how I feel.
Oops.
You mean to grip your handle. And we're on to 50. That is Gur, the manslayer.
I am going to cast Cause Fear.
Oh, interesting.
Why do I feel like you're doing everything and nobody else is noticing what you're doing except for yourself?
You're all too
Ah.
busy looking at my minor illusion.
You're squatting and losing.
I hate your minor illusion.
I'm still so happy with it.
You don't even know it's a minor illusion at this point.
Literally barely any.
Okay.
What's the total?
What have you decided to do?
I'm casting Cause Fear.
Cause fear.
You cast
Fear.
Cause Fear onto the creature, and it has no effect.
Oh,
It seems to be immune to being frightened.
just like me.
Are you saying like it's immune to being frightened, just like me, or it's just like me to try and make something frightened that can't be frightened?
It's just like me. It's immune to fear
Okay.
because I'm a bad guy.
Yes, you cast it. Do you want to do anything with your movement?
I'd step away from the wall.
And move back?
Yeah.
Cool. Good. And how's Gorza?
You know my hand axes?
Yes.
Can I use them as melee?
Yes.
Can I? They're in each hand, right?
Yes.
I swipe.
Sorry.
Storage.
Roll to hit.
I must believe you there.
11 plus 8. 19.
That hits.
So is it
Are you still raging?
1d6 each?
Yes, it is.
Okay. 6 plus 5.
That's 11.
6 plus 5.
There's another 11. Yeah.
Oh, do I add anything for rage?
Oh, plus 2 each time.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
And also roll 2 d20s. Tell me the result of each one.
18.
Mhm.
6.
So the first one you swipe, take a chunk out of the into the hole. You're now widening the two holes that are made by the two spells into a big chasm inside this creature. And then you like throw off the acid that's remained on there, and then you chop away with the other arm. But you can't manage to get the acid off. You have to let go of your other hand axe as it starts popping, and being reduced to a useless hunk of wood and metal on the floor. However, the amount of damage you've done to this creature, it then collapses in on itself like a badly molded jelly, and onto itself, and just kind of bursts all over the floor.
Do you get acid on us?
Yeah, it is destroyed.
Jim?
Yeah.
Pick my weapons up.
You take 1 point of acid damage on each finger as you pick up your acid-coated weapon.
Jim?
Oh, but you've got... Oh, no, it's just... Yeah, it's fine.
2 points of damage.
Does Jim come out?
Yeah, Jim stands up.
Jim's fine.
Jim's fine.
Jim had nice hands.
Jim was just
Yeah.
swimming.
Jim, yeah.
Jim went for a swim.
Jimin.
Jim.
Good
you went for a
rhyming.
swim.
And he walks up to you
Could've
and just
died.
nods to you again.
Alright.
Does he nod to
Someone
him
is
or
in.
his
Oh, yeah, I'll get that.
squatting self?
I think
He goes up to your squatting self and just nods. And then just waits for instructions.
Fooled
Oh
everyone.
my god, everybody.
Not me.
He's also just he's
Oh,
also
you said
sizzling
exactly,
and
that's
smoking as he does it. He's covered in
He
acid.
just doesn't care which one's you.
I
No.
don't care.
But the way is now clear.
Let's get going, man.
Yeah, let's go.
Man,
Cool.
Proceed
Groovy.
past the jelly.
See, all
it's
that
like
book learning,
totally,
you
we're
couldn't beat
totally
them.
behind on everything
Acid.
we're meant to be doing right now. So let's
I
get going.
found its weakness. So,
Essentially, its weakness was axes in the end.
well, at
Not
least I
bugs.
didn't just give him a weapon.
3.
3 weapons.
Sorry.
I just start marching.
That sound that you heard, which attracted you in this direction, is getting louder and louder. Wailing, moaning, crying, echoing through the depths.
Sounds like a party, man.
Really?
Yeah.
As you get through this smoothened tunnel, there's a few more other broken passages that don't seem to be affected. This creature didn't get to, so it's still back to that natural, hewn, rough fascia. It opens up into a much larger cavern. This cavern has series of rail tracks all over the place. There's big mountains of dusty coal. Some ore has been placed up to one corner, and there are dozens of rusty mine carts everywhere. And sitting on the plinth on top of one of these piles of ore in the middle is this big grey creature. It's got like this distended, thick neck. It's got a face like planted on the top of the neck rather than having an independent head. But its features are covered up by its big chunky hands, and it's just weeping through its fingers.
What? Through its fingers or through its fingers?
Like through the gaps in its fingers.
So it's not. Fingers aren't weeping.
No. Although it's crying so much that you would be forgiven to think that its
Fingers were
fingers do
weeping.
have tear ducts.
How's the face on the neck?
So it's like
Yeah, I don't understand
it's a
what you mean.
crying Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
So it's like a normal human proportions, although a bit like simplistic.
Is it like the thumb man?
Yeah. It's like say a thumb is a neck and then the face is right on top of the thumb.
The thumb man crying through fingers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's big.
A big thumb man
He's a big thumb man.
with
With
normal
crying
sized fingers.
Yeah. Trying to say he's horrifying.
He sounds really sad.
He's incredibly sad.
Look at him.
There he is, that's him.
Wait.
Okay.
How did we get out so fast?
Mr. Thumb.
Yeah, and he continues to cry atop his perch.
I cough.
I fire a crossbow.
Okay, at him or just to warn him?
No.
No, 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 those two options. At him, a roll to hit.
Oh, for God's sake.
Natural one.
You idiot.
God damn.
You carefully load a bolt. You chuckle to yourself. You look at Gorza. And then as you fire it, you haven't placed a bolt in there properly and it shatters, sending like small bits of shards of bolt into your neck. You start bleeding fairly heavily on your chest, face and neck.
It used to be cool.
Okay, I think everybody needs to roll initiative. As prompt
Straight
self-harm.
back into initiative.
That's a better
Oh, okay.
initiative.
Fine.
That's worth initiative. Oh no, I get
Advantage.
That's
Yeah, you two get advantage.
17.
Right. Here he is. Sorry, right, 50. What did 50 get?
19.
No, 19. Same again.
Yeah.
Brumk.
17.
I thought I'd forgotten the name
Sorry.
of my character.
Ness. Vess. God damn it. I need to rub out that bit that looks like an N. I will literally read anything that's put in front of me. Sorry, you got A7. Gur, the manslayer.
20.
20. And Gorza.
14.
14. So you're at top with Gur. You witness your friend bleeding heavily from a misfire crossbow. But it seems to have startled this creature. This creature like sits up straight, but its hands still remain in front of its face, and but it weeps and moans even louder this time. That kind of thing.
I think I love him.
I don't like him.
We've got to do Gur.
We're in initiative, yeah?
Yes. Someone put you there.
Yeah, I'm gonna again cast Cause Fear.
Okay, cool.
I think
Sorry.
he's really pretty afraid.
Cries louder.
Just in case it's like a ruse.
Horries. Yeah, he fails bad. Fails real bad. You got 2. He's now frightened of you until the spell ends. The spell ends up to 1 minute. Frightened creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself on a success. Now, you may want to know what frightened creature. It has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls whilst the source of its fear was in line of sight. So as long as it can see you, it's bad at doing everything. And it can't willingly move closer towards you either now. Nice. Now, on to 19 with 50. It starts scrambling around the side of the oar, like looking at Gur and then crying and then looking at Gur and then crying.
Excuse me?
Totally.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Why are you, like, crying?
I'm so lonely.
Me too. If you come with us, you won't be lonely?
I can't get over to him. I'm so scared of him.
Is it because of his stupid cloak?
It's so frightening.
Nah.
No, really, the game says I can't. It's so frightening.
What can you do to break someone out of a trance? Can you, like, a spell? Can you do anything? If I make him look like a complete idiot, will he
You
stop?
can tell him to stop, or you can damage him enough that he can't maintain the concentration on his spell, or you can get him out of line of sight of the creature.
Can I just stand in front of them?
Yeah.
Like,
It's just blocking.
yep.
Yeah, you have to kind of jump up or get closer because you're quite small as a goblin.
I'm just going to do that.
Okay. How close are you getting
How close am I getting?
to him?
Not very close. Close
Okay.
enough that I am big enough to block.
Yeah. So about halfway
I'm-
between.
Yeah.
So you move your full, like 25 feet towards it. So you're about 35 feet away from him.
Yep.
Okay. Groovy. Then it's go. He's like I can't see you. Come closer. He puts his arm out and he just shoots off one of his big thick arms at you, and it just kind of like it stretches like clay out towards you and wraps around you.
It's the strong one.
Grab my hand.
15 AC 15.
A 15.
15. It grapples you. You take 21 piercing damage as his arm just embeds into your side.
What?
Not messing around.
I was trying to be your friend.
And you're now grappled by it,
Okay.
and it tries to it slowly tries to pull you towards it, like dragging you across the ground. You haven't moved anything
Am
yet.
I back
This
in
isn't
sight?
cool.
No, because he's like harpoon turn, pulling it directly towards you. So you're getting less and less insight. And that.
Well, I tried.
Come closer, I'm so lonely.
He's gonna eat you.
That's what you get for trying to talk to people.
Yeah.
And then we're up to
Past 2 years.
Bromk.
Am I still bleeding?
From the neck.
Your own.
And the face and the chest. And a bit of the shoulder. It's a whole mess down there.
Yes, it's just terrible. I'm just gonna bring out my crossbow again.
Okay.
Don't
It didn't go anywhere. It's still at your side. No.
Then with bloody hands, I'm gonna kind of wipe it all over my arrow. And I'm gonna load it, looking at you again.
Are you fire?
But I'm gonna look this time. So
Okay.
They kill me.
This is such a bad
9.
9 in total? Yeah, that's no good. You just shoot it and it just pings off the oil pile in the wrong direction. And you just hear it clattering down one of the mine shafts.
I'm
Fa-dunk-dunk-ting-dunk-dunk-dunk.
just gonna stay where I am.
Okay.
Basically swearing and hitting my crossbow.
Yes.
When it harpooned.
Yeah.
50?
Yeah.
50.
50.
Did his hand come off of his face?
Yes.
Can you see his face?
Yes.
Is it full of tears?
Yes. It's
Okay.
just streaks of like wet like trails down its dark grey features. It's got completely like a thumb.
But he's got eyes that he's using.
He's got like just hollowed out holes in his head.
Okay, so they're not eyes.
Yeah.
Similar to that thumb.
Yeah.
Right.
But the
Forgot about that.
holes themselves are like full of water and they're
Okay.
just pouring out. Yeah, pretty much like that.
Didn't know
Get
you
some
were doing two
toothpicks with your
characters.
harpoon hands.
Yeah, there we go. What would you like to do? No, who's going to do it? Gorza, what would you like to do?
Am I still raging?
No, that would have. Yeah, it took you a few minutes to get here. You've still got 3, 4
Yeah.
rages per day.
I'm just gonna try and chop its arm off.
Yeah. Just run up to it, get next to 50?
50?
Yeah.
6 plus 8, 14.
14 will not hit.
Oh. I try again.
Okay.
11 plus 8, 19.
That does hit this time.
Yeah. 12, D12 plus 5. 12. My damage rolls there.
17. Damn.
17.
damn.
Hot damn.
Diggity damn.
Cool. Yeah, you damage it mightily. Like you hack halfway through its clay-like arm, like putting way more tension onto it as it tries to pull 50 back into its clutches. And then we go on to Vess, coal cutter,
Hello.
the cutter of coals.
There's a load of coal around.
So I see all this happening.
Yes.
I do not try and help anyone.
Okay.
But I walk up to it. Sounds like a meow in my throat.
Ice.
I walk up to it.
How
look
close?
at it.
How
How
close?
close?
Yeah.
As close as probably I am to you right now.
Okay, it's 60 feet away. You're walking. Yep. If you sacrifice your action, you can get like right up to it, like within 5 feet of it. Or if you just want to
You
walk
literally
and have an
can't do
action,
anything.
you'd get
Huh?
30 feet away from it.
If you get 5 feet, you literally cannot do anything to it.
No, it's fine. I don't want to go that close.
Okay. You can get to 30 feet and still have an action.
Okay.
Cool. You're there. What do you want to do?
I look at it.
Mhm.
And this is the first time everyone's hearing me talk.
I'm so lonely. Just want a friend.
You disgust me.
That's so mean.
You don't know what loneliness is.
I've been down here for years on my own.
You look like a thumb. wait.
I do look like a thumb.
You're
What are you
angst
doing?
him to
Wait.
death.
I'm casting vicious mockery on it.
Nice.
You look like a
Vicious.
Yeah, he fails. Do your damage. Your vicious mockering damage.
You look like a thumb.
I do look like a thumb. But he puts his
Two.
hand up and starts rubbing his face.
Three.
Oh no.
It's 5.
Huh?
Oh, no, it's 3.
3.
3 total?
Yeah.
Yes, you viciously mock the fudge out of him.
The poor crying now.
Disgust me.
He just tears like pour out of his orifices.
How many orifices?
2.
His eyes.
Yeah, his eyes.
And all of his fingers.
None of his fingers.
One of his fingers start crying.
Is
somehow.
that crying or is it?
We're back to the top. Top with Gur. Gur the Manslayer.
I am going to, well, actually, Jim.
Yeah.
I point to
Okay.
the crying man.
Hux is like crappy sword over his shoulder
Well.
and starts marching.
Good.
25 feet. Do you want him to go the full distance? You'd be 50 feet away from the creature. Wouldn't be able to attack or anything.
Yeah, I don't really need him to get closer. No, actually, I do. That's what he's there for. Yeah, have him keep getting closer.
Yep. So he jogs over towards this creature.
While
He's now like 10 feet away from it.
jogging.
Yeah. And he turns back to you and shrugs.
Well, I am going to get.
And then like doubles over. It looks like he's just like out of breath. But there's no breath in him.
But it's perfect because as soon as he doubles over,
Yeah.
I'm right behind him
Okay.
from where
That reveal.
his thumb is.
Yeah.
The
Oh
thumb can now
no,
see
he's
me
so
and
frightening.
My squatting bones.
Yeah.
Jim.
Why is Jim now squatting?
Yeah,
Well, because he's
bending
he's
over.
keeled up.
He's
Well, not
winded.
keeled over.
Why are you bending to
He did, not me.
We know he's your bone buddy.
He is my
Time.
Later, Jim. Later.
He looks back over his shoulder at you. He's panting.
Yeah.
He's bent over and panning.
Looking back.
You're both.
Move on.
Feel like I
Again,
can set
not
up
where I
episode.
thought this was going to go. Right, cool. That's 19 for 50. You're up. You are restrained currently.
And the
yes,
thing
of
can see
course.
me now too, though.
Yes, it can. Now you're restrained. You can spend your action to try and like break your way out of it. So you can either do you have to do an athletics check to try and break your way out.
Athletics is -1.
Yeah, let's go. It's an opposed athletics. Acrobatics.
Let's go. Parkour.
Ugh,
Oh, cool.
4.
6.
Okay, I roll a natural 1. Yeah, as it's being distracted. Oh, it would have disadvantage as well, but it doesn't matter. I roll a 1. Yeah, it's completely distracted, and like its harpoon hand is now very wet from all the crying, and it just like slips out from you, and you just push your way back, and you're free. Yeah, you just dance back.
That was totally not cool.
Nah, cool.
Do I still have an action?
Man.
That was your action to break
Okay.
free.
Can I
You wanted to break free.
use my bonus?
Yes, you can.
action?
Your cunning action.
Cunning action to hide.
Yes.
because
Roll a
I'm-
stealth check.
Upset with him.
You skip behind the oar.
29.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to be able to see
hide
you.
real well.
You just completely disappear into the darkness. Gone, like a shadow. We're on to me. Where's my friend? Oh, he's. Why is that bone person bending over?
Did he just call me?
We're all asking that.
It's weird.
Was he referring to me when he said friend?
Yeah.
He just
Tried
stabbed you.
to stab you with his arm.
Not all friends are
Take the
unproblematic.
wins when you
okay?
can.
Tim, you sound like
I think I might be going for the thing that you think I'm going for.
A thumb?
huh?
Yeah, that's what a thumbman would sound like.
Yeah.
Mr. Thumbnail.
Or do they smoke astroturf?
That's true. Berries in space. Right.
look silly?
So,
Yeah.
who's close to it? I forget.
I can't remember. I was going to
I
ask that on
tried
my
to drop
turn.
his
I'm
arm
30.
off, so I'm pretty close.
Oh yeah, you're.
I think I'm 30 feet actually.
How far? You said how far?
I tried to chop his arm off.
Oh yes, you're right next to it. Okay. I've got a new friend now.
I'm not your friend.
I've got a new friend now.
Right, I need you to do a wisdom saving throw for me.
16 plus
Oh,
minus
damn.
1. 15.
Oh, 15 is exactly what you need. It goes up to you and gets its little thumb face, well, not little, massive thumb face into your face, and like takes its hands away, and you see this like swirling purple necrotic energy in its orbular eyes, well, there's sockets, and it starts like these threads start pouring out and trying to pull your very soul from your body, but you just shake it off.
I spit in its face.
No, it's dirty.
I'm not your friend.
No, friends don't spit on other friends.
I'm not your friend.
Bromk, it's your go.
Hi.
Um,
I'm bored of this, man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to run. Jump. I'm going to use my athletics to jump onto, like, coal.
Yeah.
Jump up in the air.
onto Cole.
That's when he's angry.
Cutter. Okay, no.
Onto this.
Yeah,
onto the
mound of cold. Yeah.
Jump up in the air with my with my with my morning star.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say.
Dude.
Do you pause on top of the cold? Is this in character?
Yeah. Whilst I'm swinging my morning star, look at you and I go, watch this, and then I'm gonna jump up and then go.
Every time you do this, it
Roll-
ends terribly.
roll
Stop looking at
an
me.
acrobatics check, first of all.
Stabs himself.
You need new dice.
Right.
He's
You
got so
you
many.
slip down the outside of like the coal kind of gives way underneath your feet, and you just kind of like you do that thing where you start running down the outside of a sand dune, and your feet go,
Yeah.
but you can't stop, otherwise you start like falling head over heels. You're doing that on coal, like you're like half skating down it, but you manage to just about keep your feet.
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
I'm
Use
gonna use
another.
different dice.
Okay.
There we go. What was the morning star? Was it 19?
19. That hits.
Yeah.
Do your damage.
You impressed?
I'm impressed with you.
It worked.
Why can you not aim?
It went up
14.
the sound of it.
14 damage. Damn. Cool.
And then I just swing it.
Swing what?
What, you
Whatever
Charlie
you want.
Chaplin it?
And then I just walk away.
Where are you walking to?
Where you
Just
going?
Dunno. Do you actually walk away? Yeah. Okay, you take this attack of opportunity on you as you
Just walk away.
AC 17?
18.
18, so you just bat it away with your shield as you just walk away.
That's pretty cool.
Charlie Chaplin your way out of this business. Tung! As its harpoon arm just like casually spans off your shield. Gorza, you're up. Impressed? You ought to be.
I'm not paying any attention
No.
to this. I'm just trying to swipe again with my.
Go for it.
not 5 plus 8.
13. It does not hit, unfortunately, no.
Um,
Maybe you are distracted.
Again, a little bit. 8 plus 8. 16.
That is a hit.
Yay. 12.
I have to finish this thing.
7 plus 5. 12.
12, nice. Cool, groovy. And we are, that was Gorza's turn, and we are on Vess. There's Vess.
Who's this?
Hey, Vess.
Hi, Viz.
What are you up to?
How
Hi,
close?
Viz.
Huh?
Hi, Vess.
How close can I get to it?
You can get up into its grill now if you want to. Face to face.
Yes.
You're there.
I keep staring at him.
Mocking him.
It kind of just doesn't want to look at you now. Oh, it's awkward. Not
You know
thumb.
this is a thumb, right?
Yeah,
This is what you call a normal thumb.
I've got a normal thumb.
Don't talk when I'm talking.
Sorry.
This is a normal thumb because it curves. You know
Right?
the weird thumbs that are straight?
Yeah.
That's what you look
That's you, that is.
I'm really serious. That's what you look like.
That's
It's just
not nice.
vicious mockery. It's just
Okay.
So vicious, so cold.
vicious
Yeah.
mockery.
It got 3 minus 2, it got a 1. Do your damage. Your vicious mocking damage.
Disgust me. 2. 4 in total.
4 in total. Nice. Psychic damage. Of sick burn damage.
Totally
Roll for
red,
sick
man.
burn.
Totally red.
Grr.
Totally red.
Jim,
Stands back up.
attack.
Okay, he runs at it. Yeah, he completely fucks them up. He just tongue. Just didn't hit anywhere near him.
You didn't get acid, did
Yeah.
But that's not your go. That's not your action. You just get to command him and he'll do something. But you still got an action and a movement and a bonus action.
Is Jim still alive or is he?
Yeah, no, he's still going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
He
right.
just whiffed.
We
He looks back
don't
at you
want to keep this
sheepishly.
Thing alive, right?
Yeah.
I don't give a
we
shit.
did.
thumb.
Go,
Okay.
go, go.
I quite like him.
It was a thumb.
Magic missile.
Roll. What level are you casting it at?
I think actually. Sorry, I need to read this for half a second.
Yeah, no worries.
Again, we
so
never
as-
ask people's names.
Constitution saving.
We just like to kill.
There's
Um,
no time for that.
So as Jim misses, he looks back sheepishly over his arm, and just gives Go one of these.
Who does? Bone
Jim.
Jim.
Yeah, Jim,
Oh,
to Go.
Oh, Jim, stop.
Well, he bent over.
So actually, you did swipe and miss and bury his short sword into the floor.
Instead
I
of
think
magic
Jim has a
missile,
thing for you. I think you named him have a
he's
thing for
only
you.
going to be alive for the next 23 hours. So
That's
I
a
can count
tragedy.
Jim.
It's
Like Shakespeare.
Could have written it.
I'm going to cast Ray of Sickness.
Okay, cool.
Not at Jim.
No, not Jim.
Leave Jim alone.
Ray of Sickness, what do I need to do for it?
Ray of sickening greenish energy lashes out towards a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a
There you
hit,
go.
the target takes 2d8 poison damage and must make a Constitution saving throw.
Cool.
On a failed save, it is also poisoned until the end of my next turn.
Nice. Right, rolled hit.
Cool. Where? Ray of sickness. Oh. 4.
You know, I don't
Huh?
think
I don't
plus
think
7.
so.
Yeah,
Or
you
just
do.
get- Oh, yes, plus 7. Thank you.
What do you get in total?
11.
11, yeah. And,
Oh.
the 2 rays. Do you get a roll for each ray, or is it just one per all of it? That wasn't a sentence.
What?
Ray of sickness. Ray of sickness on a range for an attack. Yeah, it's just one. Some of them have got like scorching rays. Got several. Yeah, so you just fire it off.
Man.
It just hits some of the coal, and it leaves like this sickening, like greenish sludge all over the coal.
Like my face.
Yeah, retire.
Sick like your face.
Oh, 50. You're hidden behind the ore pile.
Can I sneak attack?
Yes.
Because I'm hidden.
Because you know why? Jim is in base-to-base contact with the creature.
Face
Giving-
to face.
Base-to-base.
Butt to butt.
Face-to-face.
Butt contact.
Yeah. But,
Jim.
You made it. In your image.
It's from your brain.
My image.
Jim can do all the things that you don't let yourself do.
Here's a comparison of your fun.
Okay. Why don't you roll to hit the lonely man?
I'm gonna use my short
There's a weird guy.
Or short bow?
bow.
Short bow. Roll to hit.
I'm really hot. My head's really hot.
I can never find my 2 hit.
Oh. Where are we?
I'm really. Are you
Wow.
cold?
50.
I'm quite
I'm
cold.
quite cold.
So short bow is +7 to hit.
+7?
Yeah.
Okay, 18.
18 hits. You do 1d6 + 4,
1d6.
and you get your sneak attack damage on top of
So,
that.
5.
My hair's a mess.
And then another
Have a
3d6.
little bit.
3d6.
Yeah.
So 5 and then 6.
That's 11.
And that was cocked. 5.
16.
4.
20 points of damage.
So we get for cocking.
Damn.
Yeah.
Weird.
Your short bow hits, well, the arrow hits Drew. Right into his, True. Into his like
Oh, was his name?
thick
True.
thumb neck.
True.
That is called True.
Drew.
Horrifying
It's Drew Thumbsman.
I don't want Drew to die alone. He's just sad and lonely.
And on Drew's turn,
No need to
he covers up his face again, cries, and runs off down one of the shafts. But Jim does get an attack of opportunity on the way out.
Yeah.
So he hits this time. Okay. And he gives him. Jim gives him a little like smack on the ass on his way out.
Weird sex
He's really into
skeleton.
butt.
aren't you just like ordering him about?
Yeah, it's bend over and slap butts.
Did you tell him to do that?
Yeah.
Yes. Sure. Get some, Jim.
He's your bone friend.
He just
Bone
made him
buddy.
really into butt.
It's because I call him a bone buddy, isn't it? Man.
Jim the
Look,
sex
you look. Jim's
skeleton.
crying. You broke his him. Broke him.
So please.
Pass Tim the tissues. Pass Tim the tissues.
Oh, sorry guys.
Thanks, Jim. Yeah,
Sorry, I
bone
shouldn't do it.
buddies.
Come on. Oh, sorry guys. Oh. Oh. Laughed like that since a little girl. So, Drew scampers off, covering his face with his thick hands once again, and he goes scampering off down one of the mine shafts.
With a supper.
With a red... I didn't got
Look, we're all broken. We're all broken.
Oh, man.
It's fine.
I'm
Not funny.
Have to
It's not funny.
pause because someone's crying.
Do you know whether you need to laugh or cry?
Yeah, I do. I need
There
to cry.
you go.
No, I need to laugh. It's fine. Right, so he scampers off down one of the shafts, crying, his moans fading out, echoing down the chamber. And
So close.
Almost had it that time.
Do you know what's funny? Is that this is the Monday after London Comic Con.
Yeah.
Which
Oh, yeah.
means
Yeah, we're definitely in that vibe right now. So yes, so Drew scampers off down one of the.
Oh, shit.
Put it together, Tim.
Good job.
I've never seen you this broken.
think it's a good.
It's fun.
If Tim can't make it, how what chance do we have?
Can we just agree that Drew is gone?
Yeah, that's fine. We have to cut this together
We'll
somehow.
never mention his butt again.
No, no.
All his moans.
He is famously known to be buttless. Buttless through.
Butler's true.
Yeah. That's fine.
You're not copy of that.
There you go.
So off goes.
You need him.
Off goes Drew down. He's going to bring down one of the mine shafts, crying and moaning as he is wont to do. And he is gone.
He's gone. He's gone. Where has he gone, Tim?
Away. He's gone away. Never to be seen again. And I think that's where we'll call the
I
episode.
think we need to. Then we can proceed.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jim.
So I'd like to thank my players, Ellie, Josh, Annie, Khalil, and Alice. If you'd like to plug your social media, now is an amazing time to do so.
At Ellie Bath.
At MCM Josh.
I know.
At any
I'll
underscore
do
scroll.
mine. At ALUCYE.
I'm at MCM_Tim.
Shit.
At shit.
Go at Manslayer Rules.
At Germancer. No, at. Oh, Jim Jam. Jam.
How do you spell that?
Shit.
Jornana Jani.
Just like it sounds.
Yeah. Jim Jornana Jani.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So if you don't know what to do, roll over and die.
Give up.
You made it. I can't believe you survived. You're ready for episode 2, the extra special Halloween special, Roll Over and Die. It's going to be mad, it's going to be weird, and you're going to love it.